Hi, I'm Devin. Thank you for joining me and taking a moment for movement. Let's get started on our mat. Come to a comfortable cross-legged position on your mat. Let's bring our awareness to our breath, letting go of any outside thoughts, plans, and ideas. If it helps, close your eyes. On your next inhale, lift both hands all the way up towards the sky. Look up. Lengthen the body. Take a couple nice deep breaths here. Feeling the way the ribs expand to the sides. And on your next exhale, drop the hands down to your knees. Round the spine. Draw your chin to your chest. Continue breathing. And inhale, shoulders up, stack them over the hips. Let's reach one arm up overhead and lean to the opposite direction, finding a little bit more length through the side body. Come center and switch sides, opposite hand, reach to the other side of your mat. Good, let's come on up. And we're going to come up to stand. So come to the top of your mat, feet under your hips in mountain pose. Roll your shoulders back and away from your ears. Let's inhale. And exhale, palms together at the center of our chest. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. And exhale, forward fold, fingertips all the way to the mat. Bend the knees gently. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Drop the hips down and forward. And now curl the toes, retain the breath as you step the left leg back to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, chest and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, lift the chest, look up, and curl the toes. Exhale and lift the hips up and back. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gently arching back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, retain the breath, right leg back to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest and forehead. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, look up. Curl the toes as you exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, retain the breath, left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, knees, chest, and forehead. Inhale, slide forward, press through the palms, look up. And curl the toes, exhaling, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Inhale. Exhale, palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, retain the breath, right leg back to plank, abs in. Exhale, lowering the knees, chest and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the knees, hips up and back. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the side, roll the shoulders back and away from your ears. Take a nice deep breath. All right, so let's work a little bit on our balance. So So root down through your feet. We're just gonna start with tree pose. Keep the left foot on the mat, toes spread nice and wide. So think about increasing your base of support. Make your foot as big as possible. Left knee is soft. And when you're ready, we're gonna peel the right foot up off of the mat. So start by placing the right toes, just stack them on top of the left foot. Skip over the ankle and come to the left calf. Or maybe we can bring the right foot today all the way up to the left inner thigh. So we don't want to put any sideways pressure on the knee or the ankle joint of the left leg. So above or below both of those joints. Roll the shoulders back, stack them over your hips, and your hands really are up to you. Hips, heart, or all the way up to the sky. But breathe deeply and focus your eyes on something that's not moving. This will help you maintain your balance. Think about growing and lifting taller up and out of the left hip. Shoulders should stay stacked over the hips. Left hip is stacked over the left foot or ankle. Breathing deeply. If you're a little wobbly, lower the toes and come back up when you're ready. And let's gently release our arms, bring them back to our hips if they're not there already. And now lower the right foot down to the mat. Shake out the legs. Excellent job. Let's try that again. This time rooting down through the right foot, toes spread wide, knees soft, shoulders back, eyes up and focused on a point that's not moving. When you're ready, peel the left foot off the mat. Bring it to the right foot, right calf, or right inner thigh. And you can use your hand like I'm doing to assist as you lift that leg up. And when you're ready, release it. And you can try something different with the hands here, or go back to what works for you. Hips, heart, or sky. This is a little bit more challenging just because we're making our body taller. A little bit more potential to wiggle around. But don't forget to breathe. Many of us, when we're challenged, start to hold our breath, but that's not going to help our balance. So breathe deeply. As much as you can, relax into the posture. Good, and let's release our arms. Release our left foot back down to the mat. Shake it out. Excellent. So let's bring both hands to our heart now. Our feet are under the hips, toes remain pointing forward. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to bend our knees and reach our tailbone back behind us. So we're sinking down to Utkatasana or chair pose. We're going to continue to really warm up the legs here, building strength through the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes. Weight is evenly distributed. If you glance down at the tops of your feet, you should still be able to see your toes. You should be able to wiggle them around. Hold it here and continue breathing. Again, this can challenge our balance, so find a point that's not moving. Keep the head up, so don't be looking down at the ground. And let's exhale, press through the soles of the feet, straighten out the legs, come all the way back up. Good job. So your legs should feel a little bit warmer. And again, International Yoga Day, this is June. You might be warm already like I am, but that's okay. We're just going to keep practicing. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to add a revolved torso. Okay, so this is called revolved chair. Same idea, feet are under the hips, toes are forward. Inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to bend the knees just like before. So we start in Utkatasana chair pose, and when we're as low as we can go, we're now going to take our elbow. So let's start with your right elbow, my left, and we're going to bring it between the knees. If you've got a little bit more flexibility through the upper body, then you can bring that elbow to the outside of your left knee. Okay, but the idea is we're stacking our shoulders one over the other and we're looking past our fingertips. The rotation is coming from the upper body, not from the legs. So I want you to glance down. If your right knee is now forward of your left, pull it back. So I'll give you a side view of that as well. We're down, we have our right elbow, your right elbow between the legs or on the outside of the left leg. If your right knee is now ahead, pull that back in line, okay? So our shoulders are stacked, our knees make a straight line, we're looking just past our fingertips, really feeling those legs warming up. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, come center and all the way up. Good job. Shake it out, everything. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So, hands in prayer position, feet under the hips. Inhale, exhale as we lower, bend the knees, sink down into that chair pose, settle in here. Now we're going to take our left elbow, bring it between the knees. We're on the outside of our right knee. Press through the palms, roll the right shoulder back, stack it over the left, look past your fingertips. Take a quick glance down, make sure the left knee is not creeping ahead of the right, and continue breathing. Find a new focal point. And let's exhale, center, and all the way up. Good job, shake it out. Let's inhale both arms up, and exhale, hinge forward at the hips. And relax your hands down to the mat, maybe to your ankles or toes. So just shake your head left and right, up and down. Really breathing deeply, letting the whole body sink closer to the thighs. And now bring your hands around to the back of your ankles, calves, or thighs. Pull in a little bit closer, bring the chest closer to the quads, and lengthen the spine. Reach the crown of the head down towards your toes, intensifying the stretch along the backs of the legs and the lower back. Excellent. Let's release our hands, just let them hang. And we're going to get a little bit deeper into our hips. So let's bend the right knee. Our left hip will naturally lift a little bit higher towards the sky. And we're going to feel that stretch shift to the outside of the left hamstring and glute, maybe even in the lower back. Depends a little bit. Each one of us is tight in a little bit different ways. So now straighten out the right leg and let's bend the left. Now we'll feel it on the opposite hip. So you're feeling the stretch in the hip opposite of the knee you're bending. Right? And one more time on the left. Good. Let's release. Straighten out that leg, round the body back up. All the way, roll the shoulders back. Excellent job. All right, so let's come to the back of our mat, and we're gonna come all the way down. So bend your knees, flatten the tops of your feet, sit your hips down on your heels, and then begin to walk your hands out in front of you. Coming into child's pose, taking a couple nice deep breaths here. Let's begin to walk our hands towards the right corner of our room. Sit back deeply into your left hip. This is an opposition stretch, so you're going to feel the length down the outside, the left side of the torso. Let's walk our hands back through center and then over towards the left corner of the room. Sit back into your right hip. And let's come to the center. And then we're going to lean forward, come onto our hands and knees. So make sure the hands are centered under the shoulders, the knees are under your hips. And we're going to continue to move with our breath, exhaling, arching the back, draw the chin towards the chest. Inhale, round the spine. So you can do this at your own pace. Gently warming up the muscles along the spine. Let's do one more. Good, and then come to neutral spine. Excellent. Let's walk our hands out just a little bit further. Curl the toes with the knees off the mat. Come into downward facing dog. Pedal the heels. Lengthen the calves and the Achilles. Breathe deeply. Forehead and neck are relaxed. Good. Let's take an inhale, lifting the right heel high towards the ceiling, and exhale, step that foot forward, bring it between the hands, come into a low lunge. Hold it here, breathing deeply. Check your alignment. Our right knee is over the ankle, and we're pressing back through the left heel. So we should feel a stretch through the left quad and hip flexor, maybe even the right inner thigh. All right, we're going to add a little challenge here, lift it up to a high lunge. So at any point, you can always lower the left knee. This will be a little bit easier, okay? So regardless of the left leg, whether the knee is lowered to the mat or lifted up, we're deeply pressing into the right foot, into that front foot to turn on our quad. Once we press down deeply into that foot, we can inch our hands up, roll our shoulders back over our hips, and maybe depending on how our lower back's feeling today, we can come all the way up, opening the chest, looking at the space between our palms, keeping our hips down and forward in that lunge, really feeling the stretch through the left hip flexor, the left thigh, and the strength and warmth we're building in the right leg. Take one more nice deep breath, and exhale, fold forward, hands back down to the mat. All right, lift the left knee off the mat if you've lowered it down, and rotate the left heel to the mat. So our feet are actually perpendicular to one another now. Our right heel is pointing towards the left arch. One more time, as we exhale, turn on that right quad, press into the right foot, lift our arms up, and we're going to windmill the left arm all the way back, coming into warrior two. Turn your head, look over the right fingertips, breathing deeply. So we have a nice long line down the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades back and together as we breathe. Flip the right palm, let the left hand relax back towards the left leg, reach the right fingertips high towards the sky. Don't come out of that lunge. Keep the right foot down, right knee bent over the ankle. And let's come back to warrior two. And windmill both palms all the way down to the mat, framing that front foot, the right foot. Come back to the left toes, so lift the left heel off the mat, and let's step back to plank. Draw the abs in, take a nice deep breath. Exhale, lift the tailbone up and back. Downward dog, excellent job. Pedal out the heels. And we'll switch sides, left heel up towards the sky and step it forward, bring it between our hands. Hold it here, breathing deeply. Check that alignment, left knee over left ankle. Press back through the right heel. So if you find that your left knee is ahead of the ankle, walk your right foot back until you can stack it. Another option is to try and use your hand to walk that foot forward. So hold the low lunge, breathing deeply. And now let's lift it into our high lunge. So again, right knee can stay lifted, or if you want some more support, you can bring it down to the mat. Your choice, you can change it at any point. We're going to press deeply into the left foot, the forward foot, and inch our hands off of the mat. Roll the shoulders back, stack them over the hips. Again, depending on how your lower back's feeling today, open up the chest, lifting the arms if that's available to you. If you're a little tight or sore in the lower back, just keep the arms out at shoulder height or rest them on the front thigh. Let's take one more breath. And exhale, fold forward. Wonderful. Hands down to the mat. Lift the back knee up if it's been lowered, and now rotate back heel down to the floor. Find that alignment. Front heel lines up with the arch of the back foot. Press into the feet, lift up, and windmill the arms. So our arms are directly over our legs. We're turning our head, looking just past the front fingers, rolling our shoulders back and together. Excellent job. I hope you're as warm as I am. Keep breathing deeply. Flip the front palm, lift it up towards the sky, let the back hand drop gently back to the leg. Keep the hips down and forward in the lunge. And we're not putting any pressure on the back knee. We're just resting the hand there. Let's come back to warrior two. Flip the palm. Excellent. And bring both hands back down to the mat, framing the front foot, lifting the back heel. Let's step back and hips up. Downward dog. Excellent job. Pedal your heels. Breathing deeply. And now let's lift the right heel all the way up. Bend the knee. This time we're going to pull the bent knee in towards the chest and lower the knee between our hands for pigeon. So relax the left leg back. Take a nice deep inhale, opening up the chest. And as we exhale, fold forward over the right leg, letting your upper body relax. So it's really important here. The more we can relax, the better. The deeper we'll get into that stretch. So I want you to really bring your awareness to your body. Notice especially where your hips are. So as we have the right knee bent or the forward leg bent, some of us have a tendency to start to roll onto that side to keep the body supported. But we don't want to do that. We want both hips even distance from the mat. That's how we're going to get the maximum stretch here. So again, depending on how your body is tight or flexible, you may feel this in a couple different spots. You may feel it on the back of the hip of the bent knee. You may feel it through the inner thigh of the front leg. And you may feel it on the hip flexor of the extended leg in the back. Okay? All are okay. And if you don't feel it in one of those places, that's okay. You might already be more flexible than you are in some other areas. So just breathe deeply. If you've got a block available to you, maybe your forehead doesn't touch the mat, you can always take a block and place that down and your forehead on top. So again, if that makes you more comfortable, go right ahead. On our next inhale, we're going to lift our head, neck, and chest up. Walk our hands back in. This is a challenge, but let's give it a try anyway. We're going to keep our right hand anchored to the mat just outside the right knee or the right thigh. We're going to turn on the glute and hamstring of the left leg, the back leg that's straight right now, and we're going to lift the foot up towards the sky. Now this is a challenge in itself. If you've got the heel lifted, give it a try. Reach back with the left hand, grab a hold of the foot or ankle, and just gently draw it in a little bit closer. So you don't have to move it very much to feel that stretch down the left quad and hip flexor. Let's gently release. Bring our left hand back down to the mat. Curl the left toes, press into the palms and step all the way back. Downward dog. Pedal the heels. Take a couple nice deep breaths. And switching sides, left heel all the way up. Bend the knee, pull it in towards our chest. Lower the knee between the hands. And then walk the right leg back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. So same considerations as the previous side. You don't want to roll to that hip of the bent leg. Keep both hips even distance above the mat. Good. Let's inhale, head, neck, and chest up. Walk our hands back to either side of the front knee. And just as we did on the opposite side, turn on the glute and hamstring of the back leg, the extended leg. So by turning on that glute, we can lift the leg up. All right, so just work on that lift if this is new to you. If that happened relatively easily, we're going to reach back with the same hand, grab a hold of the foot, and just gently pull it in a little bit closer to the body. Okay, so a little bit goes a long way here. So maybe it's just a half an inch tonight. That's okay. We want to feel the stretch, but of course, like any other posture, if this is painful, back out of it. Okay, we want to feel a stretch, not pain. So one more nice deep breath. And then release that foot down. Excellent. Sit down into the hip of the front leg And we're going to swing the back leg all the way around. Place it on the outside of the thigh of the front leg and back into your hip. All right. So we're just going to hold the front knee, the lifted knee, in the opposite hand, and bring the same hand behind the body. Look over your shoulder. Just a gentle spinal twist. So our spine's already warmed up. We've done a lot of arching back. We did our chair with rotation earlier in our practice. So you should really kind of relax into this, breathe deeply. Think about expanding the chest with each breath. And let's relax, switch sides. So that top leg now comes down to the mat, and opposite leg steps across. So we're holding onto the knee or the upper shin with the opposite hand. The same leg of the bent knee comes behind the back. Open the chest and look over the shoulder. And let's release. Come forward. Slide the knees apart. Bring the soles of the feet together. Sit up tall. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're leaning forward. So if you find your body kind of rounding, try and open up your legs a little bit wider, okay? The heels don't need to be so close to the body. We prefer a nice tall spine than a rounded one, okay? So as you exhale, lean forward, keeping the spine tall. Use your elbows possibly to press the thighs a little bit closer to the floor. And let's lift the chest up. Draw the knees in, abs engaged, lean back on the tailbone, hands facing the thighs. Lift the toes off of the mat. So we're challenging the abdominals here. Keep drawing them in towards the spine. Maybe you can straighten out the legs. If you're wobbly or feeling a little bit tired tonight, just lower one foot down. That's okay too. You're still going to be building strength through the midsection. Let's lower our toes to the mat. Keep the abs engaged and round down. Lower the toes to the mat. Keep the abs engaged and round down. Lower the hands to your sides and walk the heels in towards the hips. Reach the fingertips and grab a hold at the back of your heels or ankles. If your shoulder blades have opened up a little bit, try and tuck them under one more time. Inhale and exhale. Press through the heels. Lift the hips nice and high. Strengthening the muscles along the backs of the legs. Draw the knees in towards one another so they're in line with your hips, turning on the inner thighs. And then gently lower the hips back down to the floor. Good. Hug both knees in towards your chest. And gently rock side to side. Then open your knees away from one another. Reach your hands between them. Bring the hands to the top of the foot, wrapping your fingers around the outside edge. And open your feet away from one another, keeping the knees bent and the soles of the feet parallel to the ceiling. This is happy baby pose. So you should feel a stretch through the inner thighs here. Try and root the lower back down to the mat as much as possible while keeping the knees bent as if you're squatting on the ceiling. And now draw the heels back in towards the hips, thighs towards one another, and lower the left leg down, keeping the right knee in your hands. Straighten the right leg all the way up towards the sky. Bring the hands around the thigh or calf. Gently pull the leg in towards your chest. And relax. Lower that leg all the way down. Switching sides. Bend the left knee. Hug it in. then bring your hands to the back as we open up the knee, lifting the toes all the way up. Continue breathing here. Excellent. Let's release that leg all the way down. Walk the heels to the corners of the mat. Flip the palms up towards the sky. Tuck the shoulder blades under the torso. And close your eyes. Taking a couple deep breaths. Thanking your body for all it does for us every day, whether we're working out or just in our daily life. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen, lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring the legs together and stretch the arms overhead, lengthening the body. And then gently roll onto your side. Take a nice deep breath. Push all the way up to a seated position, crossing the legs, roll the shoulders back and away from your ears. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today and taking a moment for movement. If you enjoyed today's yoga workout, please subscribe for more videos.